Okay, so we've all heard it. It is cold and flu season and it's going around. And we are all just targets. It's inevitable. We're going to get hit with a cold or flu or some other type of illness. But I want to tell you today that we are not targets. Yes, we're more susceptible during this time, but really we can be shields and we can make the risk of getting colds and flus so much less. So are you game to hear more about that? Great. Stick around and it's coming right up. So, hey there, beautiful people. This is Lindy Ford, registered dietitian, clinical and licensed nutritionist and nutrition detective. So we've all heard it. It's going around. We're just going to be hit by it sometime during this cold and flu season. We are going to get sick. And I just want to say to you, that's not necessarily true. We can strengthen our immune system so that we can ward off sickness during this time. I can say in my former life, when I was younger, I got colds and flus probably 3 to 4 times a year. You know, it was that inevitable thing. I was just going to get hit by it, and I was sick for a long period of time. If I got the flu, it was probably going to be at least 7 days, and that was just flat on my back in bed. The thing that really bothered me though were the seasonal allergies. That hit me every single year, sometimes in the spring, but always in the fall. I can remember just going around and not being able to breathe for a month at a time because of ragweed or pollen or whatever it was. And I can tell you that both of those scenarios are things of the past. My immune system has changed and I just don't get sick like I used to. Now, everyone gets sick once in a while. Last year, I got these 2 weird bouts of laryngitis that I have no idea. I wasn't sick. I didn't feel sick. I just couldn't speak. And that was a weird thing, but I got over them very quickly. And then I did get a bout of the flu, which I hadn't had in 15 or 20 years. Hadn't had any flus at all. Even without the flu shot, hadn't had any flus. And I got sick, but it wasn't for that extended long period that I used to get sick, like 7 days. It was like cut in half, maybe even 3 to 4 days. So I just want to say that you can not only decrease your risk of getting sick, but if you do get sick, we can reduce the duration of it through your own immune system. So why do we get sick during this time, especially during holidays and right after holidays, during that cold season? Why is it that it hits us the hardest during this time? I would say there's several reasons. Number one is stress. Holidays are stressful. I know December is my most stressful month. My practice was going through the roof. I had so much on my plate. The holidays, getting ready for the holidays, all the gifts, all of the travel. Travel is very, even though it's fun and you want to see family members, it's stressful, right? We traveled over 1,200 miles during the holidays, going to Richmond, to DC, to Baltimore, back and forth. It was crazy. And so that puts stress on your body. And then just all the extra things that we have to do. We already have our already full schedules, and then we add on more things. And then the other thing too is alcohol consumption. I'm not against alcohol consumption at all, but I think we typically drink more. We go to more parties, we go to more gatherings, which is fun, but we drink more alcohol. We know that decreases our immune system and makes us more susceptible to getting sick. And then also too many carbohydrates. You won't hear this very often, but I can tell you researchers will back this point up, and especially those simple carbohydrates. We don't normally, I was eating things over the Christmas holiday I know that I normally don't eat. My mother-in-law makes this raspberry cake to die for. It is just the best thing. It's scratch. I never eat scratch cakes. And okay, I'm human. I had some cake. Actually, I had more than one piece. True confessions. That was on Christmas Day. But there's just, it didn't stop there. It was the day before and the day after, and just things that I don't normally indulge in. I know that I did, and I know that other people do during that time. So just a whole lot of those carbohydrates. And we know that even moderate carbohydrate or refined carb intake actually, listen to this, lowers our immune system for 5 to 6 hours after we consume it. Now, these foods are low in nutrients. So they're filling us up, but they're not giving us any of the weapons that we need to fight an infection or to fight a sickness. And they are, especially at this time, and especially most of us are really deficient in many minerals and vitamins. We are especially deficient in zinc, in copper, in folic acid, a lot of the B vitamins, and the antioxidants that we need to build ourselves up. So I'm asking you to just be more aware of that. Increase your vegetable, especially your low glycemic, meaning low sugar vegetable consumption during this time. That is going to be your biggest weapon. I know you think just because I'm a nutritionist, I have to say this, but no, it's just backed up with great research. And this is what has helped me to stay so well over the years. Also, those low glycemic fruits are going to be good for you as well, so that you can get more of the immune boosting nutrients that you need. And that's just going to be so important. Here's another tip that you could use during this time while you're building yourself up, or maybe you just got over an illness and you don't want another one, is to increase your consumption of probiotic foods. I'm going to link some links below about what I have said about probiotic foods, but you've got to realize, beautiful people, that your immune system is in your gut. I mean, the seat of your immune system is in your gut, and so often we are so deficient in that area, and then our entire immune system breaks down because our guts are not healthy. So probiotic foods, a good probiotic, one of my favorites is a medical grade probiotic called Floramax 150 by Advanced Naturals. That's the one that I use in my practice. You can actually get that only through Emerson Ecologics using my account. You can go ahead and do that. I'll link that below with the Floramax 150. That's the one that I use during the winter months when I just need that extra immune fighting and boosting help during these times. The other thing is prebiotic foods. Prebiotic foods are so important because they feed the probiotics, and they feed that good bacteria in our bodies. And I'm going to link that link below, what some good prebiotic foods, normally foods that are high in fiber. And then there are some all-star ones as well. So I'm going to just link that below if you want to know more about prebiotics. Here's the deal, guys. We can make ourselves like a shield instead of a target. And that is really important. That doesn't mean that we will never get sick. I'm not saying that, and I'm not making that promise. What I'm saying is that you are going to increase your resistance to disease by increasing your own immune system against it. I really believe in taking all of those precautions, like washing your hands, and I don't touch grocery carts, unless I've sanitized it. I do believe in doing that kind of thing and taking those precautions, but you can't live in a bubble. You can't. So the best precaution that you can do is to strengthen your own immune system, and the best way of doing that is through nutrition. I really believe that. Decreasing stress, increasing exercise, increasing hydration is also important. Just getting more good quality, not tap water, not water from your fridge that's been filtered, but really good quality, pure water that has gone through the right filtration systems. Please watch the next video. It's really exciting because I am going to give you my best tips on how to get over a flu or a cold a lot faster with some of the things that we do in my family. My little girl knows what to reach for. She knows what to ask me for. If she gets a little scratch in her throat, or she feels a little bit achy or whatever, she knows that there are some things that we do that actually help to either shorten the duration or actually to prevent us from getting sick in the first place. And I can't wait to share that with you. Please watch the next video that I'm going to post later on this week. And thank you so much for watching. I'm Lindy Ford. And just if you don't mind, if you could subscribe to this YouTube channel, I'm going to be posting a lot of helpful things, a lot of good beneficial things for you and your family, as well as liking me on Lindy Ford Nutrition and Wellness on Facebook, as well as following me on Instagram and Twitter. And just remember that everybody deserves the freedom to be optimally healthy. See you in the next video.